all kinds of other. Welcome back to the Online Course Masters Show, where you learn how to create, publish, and promote your own online courses. I'm your host, Phil Ebener, and with Jeremy Deegan, we're diving into a great topic all about building out a landing page that actually sells. Great for anyone who is self-hosting their own online courses. As always, head over to onlinecoursemasters.com, click that community button at the top to join our exclusive Facebook group. Also, you can get a full archive of all our past guests and episodes at onlinecoursemasters.com as well. And specifically for this episode, we're going to be going over the anatomy of a great landing page. And I've used a lot of what I've learned and what I'm going to share today in building out the landing page for the Online Course Masters Masterclass and Mentorship Program, which you can see that landing page at onlinecoursemasters.com. So, Jeremy, welcome back to the show, and how's it going today?
Oh, it's going good. At the time of recording, we're getting into summer, and in Florida, that means it's very hot outside and humid.
Yeah. Just yesterday, we were having good weather here in SoCal as well, and it was like one of those perfect start of summer days. We went to the farmer's market. We were just sitting outside with the blanket and my dog, and we don't have the boys, the twins here yet, but we were just imagining what it's going to be like in a year when we come back next summer with a couple kids, and we'll see if we can still bring the dog around too, but hopefully. But it was just like perfect temperature. There was music and just so nice. Love summer.
Now, let me ask you a question. In Florida, we get afternoon rainstorms, and I always thought this was a Florida thing, but do y'all get these too? Like, it'll be sunny and beautiful all day long, and about right now, if I look outside that window, there's a dark thunderstorm cloud, and it'll sweep through in about an hour, drench everything, and then it'll be sunny again. We get those every day through the summer.
Nope, that is definitely not a thing in California. Not at all. Not at all.
It's crazy, man. Florida thunderstorms.
We won't have rain until hopefully November.
Oh, wow.
We've actually got a little bit of rain here in May and June, and usually there's some rain where I live. But yeah, no, it's going to be hot and dry all summer. I mean, where I live, it gets to 100, 105 a lot of days during the summer, so it's a hot one.
See, here it's the humidity, man. Yeah. It's just you walk outside and you're just dripping in sweat from all the moisture in the air.
I would say that's probably worse. I don't know. I don't like humidity unless I'm traveling, and I can just live with it.
I've had people who live in states where it snows tell me that Florida actually feels colder because during the winter there's just so much humidity in the air that the cold is more of a it pierces through your soul than just being cold. They're like, man, it actually feels a little colder here because of the humidity. It's crazy. It's crazy.
I don't know. Anyways, enough with the weather, and let's talk about landing pages. This episode is really for people who are moving towards self-hosting. You can use a lot of the techniques we've talked about in previous episodes on course copy, and also last week's episode on building out your course on Udemy. But really, we want to just bullet point what you should include on a landing page and maybe talk about structuring it and the flow of a landing page. Now, I've learned a lot from people who sell online courses to thousands of people, self-hosting more than I do. Pat Flynn, he has his Power Up podcasting class, and he has a few other courses. There's also all kinds of other marketers out there, and there are some landing pages. You have the classic landing pages that you might see from people doing the webinar sales funnel, where it's just, I mean, you probably know the landing pages that I'm talking about, where it's just a ton of text, a ton of testimonials, a ton of buy now buttons, and that can work, but I also like a little bit more visually appealing, simple landing page. So I guess first, I just want to just go through some of the main things that you need to include, and then we can kind of break down why these are important and maybe how you can make these good for selling. So on a typical landing page, you're going to have first your headline, which is your course title. Then you're going to have a sub-headline, which is going to be the benefit of your course and really what students are going to be learning or achieving from your course. After that, you have sort of a combination of your course description, what it is that they actually get from your course, what they're going to learn, who the course is for. And throughout all of this, really the main idea is to show the benefit. Benefit. What is the student getting through this course? What is your offer in terms of not just here's a course for offer, but what are you offering to the student of value? You're going to help them achieve some sort of goal. You're going to help them become a better photographer. You're going to help them to learn new dog tricks. You're going to help them to bake sourdough bread better than they ever have before. And also, think about not only what the benefit is, but why does the audience need this course right now? Why should they enroll right now? Because it's really easy for them to click off of the landing page. So throughout all of your copy, even like maybe a promotional video that's here in the middle of your landing page, talk about why this is the time for them. Having testimonials or some sort of social proof is sort of the next key thing. And this is probably one of the biggest things about building out your own course landing page that will help you make sales compared to on Udemy, where there's social proof in the reviews and ratings. But when you're building out your own course page, you have a lot more control over this. And then lastly, you need a call to action and a buy now. This could be your buy now button. It could be, if it's a free course, it could be an enroll button, whatever it is. You need some sort of call to action where it's easy and clear for someone to know how they actually make the purchase and enroll in your course. And now these things can be kind of interwoven. You can have a buy now button at the top of the sales page, which makes it easy for people to just click there and buy. You might, if your sales page is very long, you might need a few different buy now buttons or calls to action so people can purchase it whenever they feel ready. But that's basically like the key elements of a landing page. A couple of people that I would look at are Pat Flynn, and look at his Power Up Podcasting class. I think if you just search for Power Up Podcasting, you'll find it. There's also a site that does really well on Teachable called Every Tuesday. It's every-tuesday.com. And if you go to their courses page, this lady has a lot of really artsy art and craft type courses. And she has done a beautiful job customizing the look and feel of her landing pages for each of her courses, really to an extreme. And it really shows the power of what you can do with Teachable in terms of editing editing and customizing a landing page. So I've gone through a lot of stuff that you might need to include, and I think we could dive a little bit deeper into this. But so far, what are your thoughts or what are your questions, Jeremy, that you think people might be asking?
Well, I think the first thing is to describe what a landing page is for. I mean, it's to...
Yeah, that's probably... we should have done that at the
Of course, it's to, provide information on your course, but the end goal is to get them to buy your course. Obviously, we're in the business of courses and education, and you can't teach people and you can't make money if no one's going to enroll. So what you're trying to do is you're trying to get this person interested in enough to where they're going to take that step to go ahead and buy your course. Now, hopefully you've gone through some processes to build some trust with your brand and your business. But once they get there, you got to really sell them on why they want your course. And typically what we do is we use what's called the AIDA technique, the AIDA technique. This is used in marketing, and it stands for attention, interest, desire, and action. And that's basically how the landing page is set up. It's there to provide attention, to grab their attention, and to get them interested. And then the interest kind of provides some of that information that they might want to know. And then desire really sells them on why they should take your course. And then finally, the action, which would be like the buy button, getting them to buy your course. And that kind of follows the process that you just laid out here as far as the headline, getting the attention, the interest with the benefits, the desire with the testimonials and social proof, and then, of course, the action, the call to action. So first of all, let's talk about the different types of platforms. Mm-hmm. Now, on Udemy, this is going to be pretty standard because all of their landing pages are the same. Your page and my page for our courses are structured the same. You go there, the title's in the same place, the course image is in the same place, the copy and so forth, all that is located in the same areas. So you are only going to have really control over the copy that you write. Now, you can get really creative with your summary and description and the copywriting, and we did a episode on copywriting that you can go back and find on the Online Course Masters podcast if you're interested in that. So for Udemy, you're not going to have a lot of control of how you set that up. Now, if you're self-hosting, you have a lot more control. You can put images where you want them. I've seen landing pages that have a video at the top. I've seen landing pages that have 4 videos or 5 videos. I've seen some that use images, some that are text only. So you're going to be able to structure these a lot better. So you want to keep that in mind whenever you're self-hosting. And then you might, want to, like you said, check out some other landing pages. I know that Lead Pages is a software tool that helps with landing pages, and they usually publish some of their highest converting landing pages. That if you type that in, Lead Pages, highest converting landing pages or something like that, they usually have a blog post and they'll show you like, hey, these are some of the best landing pages we've ever created. You can just go find one of those and follow that formula to create your landing page. But let's just go down through this list. First, we have our headline. When you have your headline, what are you putting in the headline? Are you just saying like photography course?
So I feel like this can be a little bit different than on Udemy, because on Udemy you really do just put the title of your course. But with a headline on your own site, you might include more of a benefit. So for example, for the headline of Online Course Masters, our mentorship and the masterclass, the headline is Become an Online Course Master. And so that hopefully gets people's attention. And then the subtitle, it kind of follows up and again gives more benefit. And for me, that's Learn the Simple Way to 6 Figures Creating and Selling Your Own Online Courses. Now I look at Pat Flynn's Power Up Podcasting, for example, and his title is, or headline is just Power Up Podcasting, and his subtitle is Everything You Need to Know to Launch and Market a Podcast That Matters. And so he's doing a couple things there. He's explaining that it's kind of a general everything you need to know course. You'll learn everything from launching to marketing a podcast, but he also includes that sort of end that it's to launch and market a podcast that matters. And that differentiates him from other people who might be teaching a podcast course. And of course, everyone that teaches a podcasting course probably wants you to have a podcast that matters, but this is where Pat Flynn separates himself and this course from others, is that he really does have more meaning behind everything he does, and he wants people to have a lot of meaning, and it's more about helping people than just selling his course or people creating a podcast. So showing that benefit and also being able to differentiate yourself in a title and or a headline and a sub headline is good too.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's interesting that he just put the name of his course as the main title here. I'm looking at that. And then it looks like he's got his title, his subtitle, and then he has a video. Now, yeah. I haven't watched the video, but I can assume to guess that this is going to really provide a lot of information about what's in the course, which is pretty much the next thing we have here, the benefit throughout the page. What does he offer, and why does the audience need it now? Without watching this video, I can guarantee you that he is answering those questions in this video by saying this is what's in the course and this is why you need it. And he's going to speak to people directly who are interested in podcasting. So we hit that, we hit the interest section or the benefit section that we've talked about already.
And I think doing this via video is a good idea for online courses, because you want to show and people will want to see what the quality of your online course is going to be. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Is the audio good? Is the video good? And then this is an opportunity for you to also include visual examples of what the course looks like and what they're going to actually be learning, show what's actually in the course. I know in Pat Flynn's intro video, he includes video testimonials of people who have actually taken the course from him and provided a testimonial. He's also taken those specific video testimonials and he's put them down below on his landing page so that people can watch those testimonials by themselves. He has testimonials that are text-based, and that's what I've done too for the masterclass. I've gotten videos from people who have learned from me and included those videos, but I've also included just text-based testimonials from people as well. And one thing that I think is good is to include these testimonials throughout the entire landing page. It doesn't have to just be one block in the middle of your page or at the end of your page. But what I've done is I've included testimonials, but above them I have more of the sort of what do you learn from the course, and I bullet point all of the key topics. Then I have testimonials. Then I have a section called what's included. And so this is different than the what will you learn? It's more like what do they get from the course? They get video content, they get downloadable guides and worksheets, they get a private coaching call, they get case studies, webinars, other bonuses. And actually having a separate section where you talk about bonuses is also something I've seen a lot of people do. And it's something that you are adding to the course and it's part of the course content, but you can even just call it a bonus. If you're adding like an ebook or a free guide or some other sort of premium aspect of the course, just call it a bonus because that's what it is. It really is a bonus. So you can separate that out on a landing page so that students know, and it makes it look like they're getting extra content, even if it's just included already. I think that's totally fine to do.
And one method I've seen a lot in marketing and on landing pages that people use is they will show the bonus and they'll show the price of what that bonus would cost if you bought it separately. And then they add that up, all those bonuses, and they say, if you were to buy all these bonuses and the course and all these things, it'd be $1,200, but you're getting it for $497. I think that's kind of a cool strategy, something you might want to look into. It might not be your thing, or it might be, but I have seen that before. They'll say, a PDF book would go for $47, and they'll cross it off and say for free, and then you get this, and they'll say for free. So I have seen those also. Now, as far as the testimonials go, why do you feel testimonials are important? Do you think they really make that much of a difference having people talking about your product on the landing page?
I think yeah, for sure. This is one of the most important parts because people who are trying to decide to make a purchase or not, they are going to be unless they know you and trust you from maybe listening to a podcast of yours or watching your videos or taking a previous course, they're going to be on the fence about, okay, is this legitimate or not? And so the only way that you can really reinforce your legitimacy is by providing someone who is a third party's experience and their testimonial of you and the course. And so I do think it's one of the most important parts of a landing page that can really help drive the sale, and especially for a higher priced course. So definitely when you are trying to build out your landing page, reach out to anyone who has taken the course before. Of course, this is kind of a chicken or the egg situation where you need to have testimonials and people in your course to get testimonials, and you need to have testimonials to be able to sell your course. So it might be something that you have to add later, but just reach out to people. You'll find that if someone has taken your course and they've enjoyed it, they'll be happy to at least write a quick testimonial, or if you can, ask them to record a quick video and send it to you. It doesn't have to be anything professional, but I find that the video testimonials are much more compelling to potential buyers.
Yeah, I feel like you really connect with that person on a more personal level when you can see them and hear them talking versus text on the screen. So I really like the video testimonials you have on the Online Course Masters page and the ones that Pat uses. And like you said, if you don't have anyone to give a testimonial because you have a new course, one thing you could consider doing is maybe having like a beta group of users. So going out and finding maybe 10 or 20 people who might be interested in your course and letting them have it for free or maybe a very discounted rate, and have them in the course process, not only for testimonials, but as you create the course, have these 10 or 20 people give them the course for free and say, hey, all I ask is that you provide me feedback. How are the videos? How are the lectures? How's the structure? Ask some questions about the course. What can you do to make it better? You get them involved and they feel like they're a part of something. And then you can go back and say, okay, I've created the course. You've helped me create this product. Now can you give a testimonial on what you feel about it? And that would be a good way to jumpstart your testimonials before you actually have any sales.
Yeah, for sure. A couple other things just to keep in mind that you might want to include in a landing page is like the curriculum of the course. So like an outline of all the lectures. If you're using Teachable or Thinkific, it's easy because they have a block that you can add to your landing page that automatically builds out your curriculum. And that's good for people who want to actually see like what are the individual lessons of the course. It's also good for SEO to have all of the lessons written out with the keywords for each lesson title. Another thing is an instructor bio. This is more important if you think that students are going to be coming to your course landing page that don't know who you are, or if you are collaborating with instructors and the course is taught by another instructor, not you, just so people can get to know who really is going to be teaching the course. For like Pat Flynn, for example, if anyone's going to his Power Up Podcasting page, he actually includes a section on who am I believe, but most people are going to know who Pat is, and they don't really need a bio about Pat. But I do think that having information about why you are legitimate and why people should learn from you is important. That could be done through like the description in the video itself if you have a promo video, or in a separate section about who the instructor is. And then lastly is a little FAQ, frequently asked questions section. I think this is good just to kind of preempt any questions students might have about the course. You can include like popular questions about like, how long does the course last? How long do they have access to the course? Is there a refund policy? What if there are any more requirements for the course? How they can get in contact with you? How they pay for the class? So this is good just to kind of, like I said, preempt any questions that might prevent someone from actually enrolling in the course. So get in the mind of your potential student and answer any questions. And this can go at the bottom of your landing page. This doesn't have to be a priority or take up like a priority spot. So those are just a few extra things that you would want to include. Really, I think it's just going around and seeing what other, like you mentioned, did you mention ClickFunnels or what was
Lead pages?
Lead pages, yeah. Lead pages. Go to these sites and see if they have any examples of funnels or sales pages that work. Go to Teachable, go to Thinkific. They usually have examples, and they pick examples of people who actually are selling classes and see what works. Also, I usually, I'm fine with sharing other people's content, and I know Teachable has had a lot of webinars and guides to creating landing pages. So I believe if you go to if you search for Teachable landing page in Google, there's actually a really great article for best practices for creating great landing pages. So this is something you can go through yourself. And I'm trying to think if there's anything else.
I would just say, also, don't forget the call to action. Don't be afraid to ask for the sale. And if you notice on most landing pages, the call to action or the buy button will be placed multiple places throughout the landing page. And that's done for a reason. The reason for that is because some people are going to be at different stages of the sales process. So for instance, if I know Phil and I know that he creates the best courses and he has a master class on how to create the best courses, and I go to that landing page, I don't want to have to scroll through 100 pages of information to get to the buy button. So Phil sticks that button at the top for people like me who say, I know this, I want this, give it to me now, I'm going to buy it. And then you're going to have people who are going to say, well, I know it's good, but I don't know if I really need it. And so they go through a little bit of the information and they take that in. And then there's another buy button and they say, okay, well, yeah, this is for me. I can go ahead and buy it. And then you're going to have people who are going to be like really nitpicky and really on the fence. And they're not going to buy until they read all the frequently asked questions and they read all of the testimonials and the resources and the bonuses. You're going to have those people also. So don't be afraid to put that, that sales button on multiple places throughout that landing page so that you can try to capture that sale at different processes of the sales cycle.
Yeah, that's great. And it doesn't have to be complicated though. And I think that's like my final advice is like, start with something that's not too complicated. Start with something simple. Include, like we said, just to recap, a headline, a subheadline that really has the benefit of what people are learning. Then you need I'll just say you have to share the benefit of your course, and that is done through either a video, a section about what the course is, what students learn in the course, what they get in the course, who the course is for. And that could be all kind of combined, like I said, into a video or split up into different sections. And throughout that, you want to have testimonials and your call to action. And then at the end, if you want to also include things like course bonuses, if you have any curriculum, an outline of the curriculum, and more information about who the instructor is, and then frequently asked questions, those are sort of bonuses that you can add to a landing page. But like I said, just check out what other people are doing and see how they've laid it out, and specifically just going to onlinecoursemasters.com and seeing what our landing page looks like is probably a good place to start. You'll notice that it's pretty simple. I don't have the craziest graphics, but it includes all of the basic things that you would want in a landing page.
That's right.
Awesome. Well, we are working through this section of publishing our course, and we still got a couple more episodes in this section of the podcast. We have episodes coming up about setting course prices, also strategies for pricing and using coupon codes and promotions. Also, we're going to be doing a launch day strategy, so walking through all of the things you can do right now that are working to have a great launch day. And then we're also going to be breaking down the anatomy of a great promo announcement, which is great for Udemy announcements, also for your own email announcements. So Jeremy, as always, it's been great chatting. If anyone has questions or comments, make sure you hit us up at the Online Course Masters Facebook group. So head over to onlinecoursemasters.com, slam that community button, and join our group so that we can continue this conversation after this podcast ends. Thanks so much for watching and listening to everyone. Make sure you subscribe, leave us a review and a rating if you haven't done so already, and we would really appreciate that. All right, Jeremy, talk to you next week, and everyone else, you'll hear from us soon. Bye.